My name is Meakin, and I wish to be one of your prefects in my last year at the Royal College. Now, I've listened to 3 years worth of prefect speeches. Each speech requires a tremendous amount of courage, and every person talks about how much they love the school and what they want to give back to it. Now, I've heard the word cliche used by both those running and those not. But have you ever asked yourself what this cliche means? Each year, dozens of grade 11 students stand up and declare their love for this place that we all belong to. No matter who they are, where they come from, or how long they've been at the school for, each one feels at home here. I truly believe that there's no other school like ours anywhere. I'm afraid it's now my turn to throw my hat into the ring of cliches. I came to this school in grade 5, and in all honesty, I didn't like it at first. I found the uniform constricting, and the prospect of making new friends daunting. It wasn't until grade 9 that I truly appreciated what we have here. Despite half my grade now being new boys, everyone acted as though they were already friends. I feel at home at RSGC, more so than anywhere else, and as some of the candidates before me have said, and others after I'm sure will say, I want to give back. As a member of the peer tutoring program since its inception, and with the value I personally place on academics, I feel that the best way for me to give back is to be your academic prefect in my final year. Thank you for listening, and I will end simply by saying that I hope you consider Cameron Meakin for prefect.
Fellow staff and students, it is an honor and a privilege to have this opportunity to speak to you today. Now, in the interest of time, let's keep this one short and sweet. As mentioned in many of the impeccably performed speeches of other applicants, there are many things about RSGC that are incredibly lovable. However, it is nearly impossible to describe every element in the time allotted for these speeches. Rather, I would like to speak to some changes that I believe could further enhance the school. I believe that one improvement to RSGC relates for opportunities for entire grades to congregate in social environments. Yes, there is bowling night, the Halloween dance, and for older grades, semi. However, I personally believe that these do not provide enough opportunity for older and younger students alike to get together as a full grade. If elected, I would try to organize more opportunities for individual grades to get together outside of school, to further promote the brotherhood that is such an important aspect of RSGC. Another opportunity to enhance the overall experience of students at RSGC relates to the integration of grade 9s into high school. Although the school does a great job introducing grade 9s to the academic load, I know that personally, I was still very intimidated by older students when I entered high school. Even in clubs, it can be hard to socialize with the older students. Whether it be through changes in clubs, teams, or performance, I believe there are easy and effective ways to help with the adjustment of younger students into high school. By creating opportunities that bring younger and older students together, I believe the entirety of the senior school would be more connected, strengthening the RSGC community further. While I cannot promise that I will succeed in implementing these changes, I do promise that, if elected, I will try my hardest to represent you, my fellow brothers, in the next school year. Vote Burleton. Thank you.
Good morning, fellow Georgians. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Latimer, and as you probably may have guessed, I'm up here speaking to you today because I would like to be one of your prefects for the 2016-2017 school year. My first year here at RSGC was in grade 9, and I may say that this was the best decision of my life to come to this wonderful school. Since that first day of school, when I arrived in the lay-by at the prime weight of 94 pounds, I immediately realized that something was different about this school. There was something that made us superior amongst all the other schools across the city. When you sit down and try to identify what makes us different, it's kind of hard to put your finger on it. There's so many great things about this school. But last week, when I sat down, I realized what it was that made us different. It was the passion that each and every one of you has towards this school. The passion of everyday students trying to evade the uniform. The passion that Jeffrey Hugeson showed when he played basketball against a 30-year-old man pretending to be a high school student. The passion showed by the school's electrical grid when it got us out of period 4 on Monday. This level of passion is apparent across our entire community. And this is the level of passion that I promise to bring to you all if I am elected as prefect. Though being prefect is something I have strived for since my grade 9 year, you can't be disappointed by any of the possible outcomes, as the people sitting beside me on stage and the people that have spoke to you on previous days and tomorrow would all do an excellent job to fit the bill of prefect. It has truly been my honor to speak to you here today. And remember, I will take the school further north, so vote Thomas Latimer on May 24th. Thank you very much.
Do you know what I love? I love those beef samosas from retail. Do you know what else I love? Making this school the best place it can be. I'm Jonathan Fisher, and standing up here and having my poster in the hall shows that I'm running for prefect. Coming from a school that didn't really offer much in extracurriculars, it really opened my eyes to what a school could be outside the classroom. When I came to RSGC in grade 9, I didn't really know anyone in my grade, and getting involved was pretty minimal. But now, in these later years, my views have completely changed, and I've been pushing myself to try new things and experience this place to the fullest. From trying an activity every lunch, to never really leaving school at 2:40 as a result of sports teams or clubs that are going on. Walking around outside of school now, I find myself often wearing an RSGC-related piece of clothing, whether it's a sweater from a school play, or maybe a pair of ski team sweatpants. It really comes back to how we express ourselves in and out of this school, representing it in each step along the way. We're all Georgians here, known for our firm handshakes, and coming into this election, occasionally seeing a boy doing something nice in the hall and hearing, that's some prefect material right there. It's been some great times with all the boys throughout these years, and I hope in my final year, we can make it just as great. From continuing art initiatives like Love, Blood, and Rhetoric, to continuing hosting great events like the Halloween dance and semi, as well as getting bow ties in the Dragon's Lair, because that'd be unreal. I'll try and push myself to make this school an even better place than it already is. So remember, if you want the guy with the utmost appeal, go Jonathan Fisher, because he's keeping it real.
Some might know me as Mr. Movember, or just seen walking in the halls between classes. But the majority of the school knows me as the kid with funny sunglasses. Max Kingsley's the name, mullet, trumpet and all. Sometimes you may have heard Kai, Will and I scream a great big, I won't! I'm a camp counselor and a born leader too, so my experience is perfect to be prefect for you. Now I won't try and promise you things like weekly grub days in our future, although what I can promise you is a candidate with a great sense of humor. With a prefect like me, each assembly will have a new joke, and with each new joke, a new laugh. Because jokes and puns are an amazing way to cut your stress levels in half. Be ready for puns like, when a clock is still hungry, it goes back 4 seconds, or acupuncture is a jab well done, I'm so sorry. A day won't go by without a student having a little fun. And if you're still thinking, this guy can't do it, for him, it's too hard. Let me also tell you that I survived the latest week while also becoming a lifeguard. But in the end, it's up to you. You're in control of who's next year's prefect. But just remember next Tuesday, when you check off your ballot, that there's a Max Kingsley to elect. Thanks.
Hello, friends. Truthfully, I haven't been this nervous since my third G2 test, so forgive me if I slip up a bit. So, for those of you who have yet to meet, my name is Aidan Turnbull, and I try and meet as many people as I can, whether it be on environmental club or the ball hockey court or just in school, because that's what makes RSGC special. You guys. Now, I have friends at other schools, and they may be adequate schools in their own right, but they're different. They lack the bond we have, not just in our own grades, but as a community. Jonathan Fisher, or not Jonathan, my apologies, but Jonathan Kirsch summed it up best when he described us as brothers. Yes, we don't always get along, but we're here for each other. And that's rare. It's rare for high school, and I doubt you'll find it anywhere else in Toronto, or Canada even. But let me be clear. That's not the only thing that makes us great. We have good Timbits, we have a fire rap club, but over the past decade, it's the community, it's the connections that we have that has resonated with me. So why do I want to be prefect? Do I have ideas? Yes. Do I want to get back to the school? Absolutely. But what I really want to do, and what matters most to me, is maintaining and strengthening the relationships we have as our school. So, if I have the honor, and if I am granted the honor to help lead the school next year, I can promise I'll tell you 50-day stories and I'll promise that it'll be a top 52 year at our school, and I can promise that I'll try my best. So, to quote the famous Hawaiian Jack Johnson, we're better together. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
So, originally for my prefect speech, I was going to do the chant from The Wolf of Wall Street, and then I thought the better of it. And I thought the better of it because the boys of this school deserve more from me. And so today I hope to give you more. My name is Jesse Wilson, and I'm not going to tell you what I've done. I'd like to tell you what I'm going to do. I will not make you empty promises, but instead make you a pledge. High school has always had its challenges. The culmination of hormones, academic stress, expectation, and difficult relationships can take its toll. But we are extraordinarily fortunate in the support we receive at this school. From teachers who break their backs so that we can stand on our feet, to prefects and peers who not only throw us a life jacket when it feels as though we are drowning in work, but dive into the water with us. That is a community. All the same, there have been times when I felt confused and isolated. I know I'm not the only one who experienced this, and sometimes it's hard to find support. Or once you do find support, take a risk and reach out and say, you know what, I need help with some little things. Maybe they're big things. And so, this is why I have to make you this pledge. If elected prefect, I pledge I would do everything within my power to introduce a new culture to RSGC in the form of a peer mentorship program. This program would lend itself to everything: arts, athletics, mental health, even creating friendships over movies and hobbies. The most important part of this program would be that boys could receive support from older peers who not only care, but have gone through the same challenges and experienced the same issues and have overcome them. Something like this would end issues with boys not trying out for a sport, or not trying to play a new instrument, and missing out on vital opportunities that would change their lives. Imagine how much better it would be to come to a school every day knowing that there's an older boy looking out for you and caring about your voice. And I believe this school is the place to start. The reason I would work tirelessly to bring this program to you if elected is actually not simply to give back, but to give you more. Because this school and these boys deserve it. Thank you very much.